Oh my God, I read TikTok's terms of service. I went down a TikTok rabbit hole yesterday.
Yeah, it's good.
I stayed home, smoked and I started reading up on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm going to read you this because this is so crazy.
Is it good or bad?
Bad.
So what are you saying? It's a bad place to be?
Listen to this. This is from TikTok's privacy policy.
All right.
It said, we collect certain information about the device you use to access the platform, such as your IP address, user region. This is really crazy. User agent, mobile carrier, time zone settings, identifiers for advertising purpose, model of your device, the device system, network type, device IDs, your screen resolution and operating system, app and file names and types. So all your apps and all your file names, all the things you have filed away on your phone,
Really?
they have access to that. File names and types, keystroke patterns or rhythms. So they're monitoring your keystrokes, which means they know every thing you type.
Wow.
Battery state, audio settings, and connected audio devices where you log in from multiple devices. We will be able to use your profile information to identify your activity across devices. We may also associate you with information collected from devices other than those you use. Oh my God, I read TikTok's terms of service.
Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation of the Akim, pushing out the word and truth and sincerity of the whole elect around the globe. All right? And just showing, all right, my man Joe Rogan going into the TikTok terms of service, all right, which all of us are people, you know, especially these millennials, accept. This is the same thing with iTunes, Spotify, Facebook, IG, YouTube, Google, Gmail, the Internet of Things, right? If you accept their terms and conditions and that whole spiel that they give you, all right, that's what you accept into. And just showing how, you know, it's contractual slavery, aka voluntary slavery, because you're accepting the terms, all right? And we have the definition of voluntary slavery. In theory, is the condition of slavery entered into at a point of voluntary consent. It is distinguished from involuntary slavery, where an individual is forced to a period of servitude, usually as punishment for a crime. All right, but America, Babylon, is enemy combatants. All right, they are contractual slaves. All right, and that starts from birth. You know, with your so-called birth certificate, your so-called social security number, all right? And ultimately it's going to lead to the MOTB, which is that CHIP, all right? That's going to connect you to the Internet of all things, all right? And that'll be your license, your registration, you know, insurance, money, okay? Identification, medical records, everything that they need to have on you for when you go to the store, when you go to the hospital, all right? When they gotta tend to giving out these rations, all right, for this low supply, all right, because you see the supply shortage, the supply chain issues, all right, and so everything is brewing and everything being prophetic, all right, and as it is written, is things that they practice because it's in the power of their hands. All right, Job 9:24, as we always say, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Isaiah 10:1 reads, "Woe unto them," right? Woe meaning destruction, unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and the right grievousness which they have prescribed. All right, and when you go into the word for prescribed, from the Hebrew word kathab, means to write, record, enroll, to write, inscribe, engrave, right, to register. All right, to decree. All right, so they stated through their crooked, through their crooked contracts and such, all right, is in the power of their hands. The hypocrisy. And when morning is late, they practice it. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. And that word iniquity, from the Hebrew word avan, means trouble, wickedness, sorrow. All right? Trouble of iniquity, wickedness. All right? Ultimately, the reason they want full control and dominion, all right, and to know everything you're doing via this spyware, all right, on your so-called smartphones, that they know that it's just a transition. Everything is gradualism. The way everybody's glued to these damn phones, that same technology is what they plan to put inside the temple. Okay? Trouble, wickedness. Okay? Connect you to the internet of all things. All right? So woe to them that devise iniquity, and that's the ultimate iniquity, you know. Sin unto death is to take that MOTB, that branding, that mark that's gonna, you know, brand you as you're giving your allegiance to this to these devils and these wicked rulers. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. This is what they've been working upon their beds for decades, all right? Is in the works, okay? Generation upon generation, leading to this NWO, this new world order that they want to bring in, or the usher in, that everyone is either a perpetual slave or is going to get down or lay down, all right? And work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. Because, Salakia, because it is in the power of their hand. Right? When the morning is light, the following day, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. Whatever unrighteous decrees. All right? And through gradualism, they're getting used to, you know, through these devices, these cameras, every smart computers, smartphones, smart TVs, all right, getting you used to the whole grid, you know, facial recognition software, all right, spyware, the audio. You can't shut off your phone. It hasn't had a battery in a while because it doesn't shut off anymore, all right. Things that they could want to deem as so-called conspiracy theorists, but this has already been out. You know, William Cooper wrote about it, or Behold the Pale Horse, that book 1984, you know, Atlas Shrugged. They've been whistleblowers, as it is written in the scriptures, that their own tongues shall fall upon themselves, roughly paraphrasing, all right? So these devils plan to covet the people as their own, and that's the whole point of the MOTB, all right? The mark of the B, all right? To have that brand on the people, so these devils claim the people as their own. Ultimately, the children of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, West Indians scattered abroad, the 12 tribes of Israel, because that's who it's about, all right? And their goal to try to make the Lord turn away from his people forever, perpetually, all right? But that's not what it's written. The scriptures talk about the few and the elect that can't be plucked out of his hand, all right? They're going to stay strong. They're going to stay fervent. They're going to stand stiffly for the word of the Lord, and they're going to keep the faith and hold fast to it and endure to the end, all right? And through them, redemption will come on the second coming, when the Son of God wipes this place off the face of the earth and wickedness, and establishes a new heaven and new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. All right, so with that, I pray brothers and a few sisters was edified. Till next time, shalom. All honor, love, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash. We can't avoid this grid, working through it, all right? You know, use the world, don't abuse it. But ultimately, when the lines cross and push comes to shove, you know, not to let these devils invade the temple, all right? Because that's the end goal. That's the end game, and that's one of the final prophecies before, you know, the war of Armageddon and the Lord's return. All right. So till next time, shalom.